Every word Mikel Arteta said about Leicester, Havertz's injury, Saka's setback, and recovery through the transfer to Arsenal. Every word from Mikel Arteta's pre-match press conference with Arsenal ahead of their Premier League clash with Leicester City, including the latest injury news and reflections on transfers. Mikel Arteta was in good spirits on Friday morning, considering the challenges his Arsenal team is facing this season as they grapple with yet another serious injury. He was asked on this Valentine's Day about his love for the game and responded optimistically regarding systems, regrets, and a shift in expectations. He clarified how Kai Havertz got injured, offered a brief look at this weekend's opponents, Leicester City, and dismissed suggestions of a turnaround in Bukayo Saka's recovery. Solutions are the main concern for the present, and we will only truly see the results this weekend. Thank you. Same to you. The Premier League is back. Do you love it? I love it, yes. But some heart-wrenching news, more concerning injury news about Kai. We know it's serious. We know he was on a high this season, potentially next season as well. Can you explain how he is and how you will handle the situation? Yes, we were having a great camp in Dubai, recharging, training, enjoying some time off, and reconnecting with nature in a different environment. Then the injury happened in a very unexpected way, certainly. It's a big blow, especially considering the injuries we already have. But thankfully, we've been through a lot this season. We've played without Gabriel Magalhaes, without Saliba, without Ben White the whole season, Tomiyasu for the whole season, Calafiori for 2 months, Marino for 2 months, Martin Odegaard for 2 months, Bukayo Saka for 3 months, Gabriel Jesus, all of them. So, that's the challenge we have ahead. I love it and am excited because we are still where we are despite everything I mentioned, and even having played 4 times with 10 men, etc. Let's see what time brings. You used the word love there. As a coach, does this make your juices flow as you try to solve problems like the one you mentioned? Yes, because I don't want to look. I understand the narrative. At any point in this league, losing 4 frontline players like those is tough. I know what the response will be. I don't even want to mention it because we've dealt with a lot and maintained performance levels and results up to this point. We are more capable of handling this. That's the only thing we will focus on. Is anything ruled out? Is Ethan not at his best? Raheem not at his best? Marino not at his best? You don't need to be overly creative with the options we have. I'm sure you'll get it right. But you mentioned recently that Ethan has what it takes to be a top number 9. Yes, the question is when. I think he's there. It's more than a need, it's real quality. He's been playing as a forward and on the right wing, and I think he's been very good in that position. So, it's all good. A chance for Raheem to shine. Give him a chance to play week after week. Yes, and for other players as well. Leo will probably play in 2 or 3 different positions. It's up to all of us. We've mentioned this many times, adding value with different players. It will probably be a bit different as we adapt to the qualities and strengths of our players and move forward. The spirit is certainly the same. Regarding Bukayo, there have been some headlines. Is he still on the schedule you set for him? Would you be happy to try to speed up his return due to the issues you have with other injuries? Well, I don't know. We have a long-term injury. What is faster? In a 10-day injury, 3 days is a lot because it's 30%. In 3 months, a week is probably not as significant. But it's too early. We're in the middle of rehabilitation. As we look closer, he starts doing more demanding and loaded things, and we'll see where he is. Just to clarify quickly, there's no setback. No, everything is fine. To live, at the end of the day, families are the most important part of everything we do because they provide us with emotional support. They are with us every day. For them to be with us during a time when there is no competition and in a place where everyone is a bit more relaxed is the best way for all of us to get to know each other better, and it's a beautiful moment for all of us to live together. Tonight, are you going to do something with the players to celebrate Valentine's Day? Take them out or let them stay at the hotel. Translated from Spanish. Are you translating for Valentine's Day? For Valentine's Day, they don't want to be with me. They want to be with their wives/girlfriends. Finally, is Ben White back in time? Yes, Ben has been training more regularly now, so we still have to manage his load a lot. But he will be able to do that, yes. Just moving forward, Wednesday night, I don't know if you saw the matchday show, Everton-Liverpool. A bit of history perhaps. Thinking there, your goal against Liverpool? Probably because that was the last time Everton beat Liverpool at Goodison. Good memories, I seem young. Yes, you can jump high there. I was a very powerful player. It's a very, very big jump there. Did you jump that high when Everton scored so late? It's better I don't tell the story of what happened. No. It was funny because I lost connection at that moment. I was watching on my iPad and lost connection. We didn't know exactly what was happening. That's the beauty of football, that uncertainty, and the fact that for everyone, and it's not their turn for everyone, it's truly the first win in this league. That's why there's always hope and ambition, because doing that consistently for 10 months is a very, very, very long league. When I saw that goal, I looked back and hit it beautifully, 20 meters out, struck it with my right foot, no chance. Pepe Reina, I think, was supposed to stop it. It seems you might have an answer for your adventure problem. Did you grab your boots? I think we'll have big problems. Just with that points difference now, maybe from 24 hours to 4 by the weekend, that raises hopes, especially after Dubai. Last season, after Dubai, you were in an incredible phase, weren't you? Well, when the gap obviously becomes a bit smaller than you expected, it's always very positive. And you need that. In the end, it's generating momentum, and the next few weeks will also be critical to understand what we will do after the international break, where you have 6 or 7 weeks until the end of the season. All clubs deal with injuries very differently, and you mentioned earlier that it's a good time for a break. It will obviously be good for Kai too. But as a manager on a day-to-day basis, how do you focus? You have to pay attention to the next game, to winning, to the players on the pitch. But how do you make those who are in this period where they need to focus on themselves still feel included and focused for when they return? Well, keep them as close as possible to the team and involved. They are also very responsible for managing the spirit, the energy of that team, and supporting in the best way possible to maintain standards, to keep the opinion around the team, and stay connected. Because when you come back, if you haven't been in the process every day, I think it's much harder to reach the performance level you need again. And Arsenal is one of the best teams in the world under pressure at the end of games. Kai, Saka, and Martinelli are a huge key for you to achieve that. Will you try to maintain this by putting players out of position like Rice or Marino? Or will you have to change the overall way you usually press as a team? We will have moments, I think, in relation to the qualities of the other positions and their availability. Again, I hope we get better and better in the coming weeks. But for now, it's always about adapting to the qualities of the players. Next is Leicester. They've had a tough season, but they've delivered some competent performances. What have you thought of them so far, and what kind of tactical battles are you expecting? They are very difficult, especially at home, against the best opponents. They make life very, very hard. Rude is doing very well. You can see the spirit there, and they are very alive and a threat. First of all the injuries you've had this season that you've described have been serious injuries, not just broken nails or something like that. Why do you think the injuries players are experiencing, not just here but in other clubs, are serious, meaning out for a month, out for a season? Well, you can't prove that, so the evidence we can provide is very limited in many aspects, and each case is very different. Obviously, some of them we've gathered are based on loads and minutes, and that's revealed. We have players who have been injured and played 130 games in the last 2 seasons. So in the end, it's an accident waiting to happen if you keep loading and loading and loading.